Well, welcome to this the first in a series of video clips on MapBlog. What is MapBlog? MapBlog is a programming system using compiler technology to make maps. Why would you want to use MapBlog? Well, it greatly speeds up map making, yet is simple to use. It's almost nothing to learn. Absolutely no programming is required. This speeds up and simplifies things. More capability and more complex capability. That is, it does more than the conventional map programming languages, and yet it does more complicated things easier. This simplification gives quicker turnaround time in making a map. I want to emphasize again, there's no programming, and that implies less likelihood of making errors. Who am I? I am Ted Kale. I'm a retired professor of computer science and engineering at the University of Washington, Seattle. I invented MapBlog. If you want to correspond with me, my email is ted@cs.washington.edu. You can download MapBlog and its manual at http://samuelroy.com. Now, it takes a while to download the MapBlog system because I furnish about 10 prototype maps showing various things that we will cover in this series of video clips. So you'll get a notification when it's completed, when the download completes. What we're going to do in this particular video clip, is do a fast cycle through the compilation procedure. The first thing we're going to do is open the map dictionary. The second thing is to select a map from the dictionary, compile the map, and maybe send the map to a server if desired. To get started, what you want to do is you want to double click on the desktop icon, the mapblog.exe icon. The red arrow points at it, and that will give you a dictionary. Okay, there it is, MapBlog.exe. Takes a little bit. And there is the dictionary. Get that centered. Okay, M1 is a map. I double click on it and M1 then shows up in this window. This is a map that I've made just especially for the uses here, and I'm going to edit it. And what opens is a data set with 3 lines in it and 9 columns. And let me cover quickly those 9 columns. There's the ID, a location name, location address. That's the street address, typically, of some item. And latitude, longitude, don't worry about that. That'll be handled automatically for you. A pin description, which is some material, printed material that goes with the pin. The pin that's being discussed is the push pin. So imagine a push pin that you would push into a map. A pin type that gives you a description of what the pin looks like. You'll see more of these things later. More info URL later. A layer, and And notice that the layer, there are 3 different layers. You can use any name you want for a layer. You can't start it with a number though, typical of all programming languages. You can't, that throws it off. And a pin photo URL, which points to a photograph that will go into the pin description. Down below here is an edit box. This item right here is an edit box. And then 3 buttons: return with save, save and make map. That's the one we use almost all the time. Don't hardly ever use the others. Delete selected row and return with save. Okay, so let's do that. Let's save and make map. We save the material in case we had done an edit. Here's the map, and if we wanted to, I'm going to use the wheel on the mouse to zoom in and see those 3 lines in the original data set got translated into into icons, push pins. These are the push pins, and notice there's one that's called fish, and if I hover over the fish, the Latimer comes up. That's the location name, what I put in as location name. And then 9042 blah blah blah, that is a pin description. I can put anything in there I want in either of them, etc. This one that's blinking on and off, which is unique to MapBlog, I believe, the animated blog. If I hover over it, I get a pin photo URL, and it reads that URL and puts the photograph in there, etc. Down below, notice that down on the bottom edge there are a series of buttons. 1, last, second, last. If you remember, those are the layers. And if I click on one of those buttons, it is attached in a sense to whatever, to the push pin that it controls, and it toggles the push pin. So a last second, etc. Okay, now down here I can send this map to Yahoo, and it'll give me a URL as to where it's stored. Then anyone can access it from Yahoo. Or I can restart the whole process, recycle to the very beginning. And there we have it. We're back to the beginning. That's enough for the first map blog.